Hi, and welcome to my channel. For those of you new, my name is Dave and I work in financial services. And these videos are mixing a journey towards financial well-being, financial products, so you, like me, can reach your goals sometime in the future. Now let's get into today's video. Now this latest video is about my self-invested personal pension plan for the review of July 2024. Now it's not to boast or brag or say look at me, but to give people a hope. If I can build a size portfolio, you can too. Now I do have a workplace scheme with my current employer, but it's a simple auto enrolment scheme. I pay 4%, they pay 3%, government pays 1%, so 8% minimum, but I'm restricted to the funds I can hold and the investments because we have what we call mainly lifestyle funds or tracker funds. So I do my own Sipp, so I can pick one, my own funds, but two, I can increase my contributions. So what are the aims of the portfolio? Well, year-end annual return of 10%. We're looking at dividends of 2024 of £5,500 and a year-end value of £117,000. Dive in and see what's happened during the month. Well, look at the following chart. Start of the month is worth £129,517. End of the month, £135,556. So an increase in the month of £6,039. Year to date return of 21.017%, so well above expectations. And the weird thing is, the shares have done very good, but the funds have not done during the month. So look at the next chart, a graphic of what we contribution we're paying in. So normally the first of each month we pay £250 a month, and as a basic rate UK taxpayer we get tax relief of £62.50 the month afterwards, which is normally added into our scheme, automatically done by our platform provider. Platform providers charge us monthly fees, which are about average £16.96, which is based on a percentage of our portfolio value. So as the portfolio increases, our fees will go up, but very minimal. And where is it held? Well, it was predominantly UK and Europe, so at the moment 79.08% is in UK and Europe, 18.72% is in USA and Americas, and a tiny percentage of 2.2% is in Asian and emerging markets, but we are trying to, shall we say, diversify away from UK funds. At the moment we've got some small dividends, but it just adds onto the pot. We made £129.81, so year to date £3,762.51, so well above expectations, but about £555 ahead of profit, where we forecasted for a yield across our 15 shares of 4.67%. So in the month we received Sainsbury's, the food retailer, £114.81, reinvested 43 new shares, so they will accumulate next payment. And JD Sports, what we see as a growth company, gave us a small dividend of £15. We reinvest that in cash because it's not worth buying funds or shares because of the value. But as we said, look at the following chart. We'll have some good months and bad months, but well ahead of expectations where we initially thought at the start of the year. Let's dive into the holdings in the portfolio. They're my own personal pensions. Remember, they're done for a long-term reason. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but it just goes to show what the holdings we held and the reasons why we hold them. So at the moment, we've got 15 shares, 13 in profit, 2 in loss. Total shares of 103,282 makes up 76% of our portfolio, of which 66% in the FTSE 100 and nearly 10% is in the FTSE 250. Predominantly based in financial services, what we know, what we trust, but what we call safe, secure, boring company in the UK. Our largest home is Aviva, 4,866 shares, 24.5 grand, 18%. Now hopefully good results at the start of August. It's got a yield of about 8%. Hopefully dividends will increase and it will pay a nice dividend in September. Lloyds, the banking group. We own 36,296 shares, 21.5 grand, 16 of our portfolio. Not the greatest results of the half year, but the dividend was increased from 0.92 pence to 1.06 pence, at about 10%. But again, it's very cash rich and hopefully a long-term player. But it has been affected, shall we say, increased margins. But what will happen when interest rates may be cut in the next few months? We own Greggs the Baker, 291 shares, £9,100, 6 pence of portfolio. It's up about £3 a month, some great results. Has opened new stores, is increasing profits, very cash rich, and a dividend went from 16 pence interims to 19 pence. We own HSBC, again some very good results at the end of the month. Has got to act together, shall we say, in the Far East. 1,231 shares, £8,500, 6.4%, but again does pay a quarterly dividend, is very cash rich. Another company with good recent results was Barclays, 3,172 shares, £7,500, 5.5% for portfolio, but again dividend increased slightly, but who knows what will happen in the banking sector. Away from the banks, we own Drax the biomass maker, 1,284 shares, £8,500, 6 pence for portfolio. Some very good results. Interim dividend was 9.2p. It was increased to 10.4p, but the shares have had a great result run since results. Back onto the insurance company we own, Legal & General, 2,098 shares, £5,200, 4% of portfolio, but just like Aviva, very cash rich. It's paying a nice yield of about 9%, and hopefully middle of August great results will come in dividends will be increased, and again we'll pay a nice dividend hopefully September later this year. Away from the banking and the financial sectors, we own Shell, 150 shares, £4,200, 3.14%, and we own BP, 542 shares, £2.5 2% of our portfolio. Both companies had good trading statements, very cash rich. It is doing share buybacks, and they do pay a nice quarterly dividend. We also own, shall we say, Sainsbury's gave us a good dividend in the month. We now own 1,291 shares, £3,500, 2.6%, but getting cash rich. It's considered some kind of turnaround, but everyone needs food. We own JD Sports, £2,500, £3,300, 2.4%. Has struggled with what's happened with Nike in the US, but it's got cash over £1 billion, has been on a buying spree in Americas, but it's been rocked by other companies. But it is a great long-term play, and we're still up 100% since we bought that company. Now, other companies we know, shall we say, is Pen and the Water Company, has struggled. Card Factory, okay, but it just goes to show. A lot of the companies may be considered safe, secure, boring, but we've got some small dividends during the month, but we've had some excellent results, and they will be replicated, let's say, September, October, later this year, when our dividends will be substantially increased. Remember, they're my own personal opinions. If you like the videos, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Now let's look at the funds we hold within the portfolio. Now again, if you look at the following graphic, an overview of funds. Now we've simplified the funds. We were, shall we say, mainly individual shares, but we've now, shall we say, increasing on a month-on-month basis within funds, simple ETF funds we can just switch off. So we own 3 funds, 2 in profit, 1 in loss. Total funds, £32,194, makes up 24% of our portfolio. Now our largest holding this month is Fidelity World Index, owns around about 3,500 shares, very low fees of 0.12%, but it makes up 11.34% of the portfolio, and we did top her up, contributions and summer dividends, £400 a month. We can just switch off, it does what it says at tin, but it's giving an annual return around about 10% year on year. Our next holding has struggled during the past month. It's a Legal & General Technology Fund, owns around about 700 shares, down to £14,000, 10.39%, but in the month it's down £1,000. So hopefully the tech is a short-term blip, but it has been, shall we say, everyone's been saying overrated, overvalued the last few months. Who knows what will happen, but we've done it for diversification. Our last fund we've struggled recently is a global growth fund, quite selective, owns about 40 funds within, shall we say, or stocks within Ballygifford. We put 3,000 in. It was showing a slight loss of 2,950. We were going to sell when it got back into profit, but it struggled the last few days because of the sell-off in America. It's now worth 2,751, but thankfully it makes up 2% of our portfolio. The plan is when that back in profit, we're going to reinvest that into other funds as part of the funds and maybe increase one of our dividend stocks. But it's just done to simplify. We can just switch off. So as I said, the idea is the funds were done for diversification, but the idea is to give us, so we say, 10% year on year because we were solely UK individual stock basis. Remember, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's just going to show if I can build a portfolio of 6 figures, so can you too. If you take a plan, put an action plan in place, and make sure your investments are held within a tax-free investment wrapper. So all dividends received are tax-free, all the growth is tax-free, away from capital gain tax. At the moment, this pension is completely inheritance tax-free also. Remember, if you like the videos, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you again soon.